What's up guys, it is your boy NCS07 here doing another collection video. This time I'm going to be doing my collection video on my games for the Nintendo DS. Now, I don't actually have that much nostalgia for the DS itself, like the console, because I never actually owned a DS. I never really played much of one until I eventually got this. Usually, most of it I played DS games through the 3DS, as the 3DS is backwards compatible with Nintendo DS games. So that's pretty much how I played most of the games. Actually, no, all of them. I played all of them through the 3DS. This is backwards compatibility. And then in 2017, I finally got the DSi XL, which is pretty cool, honestly. Really big. It really fits in your hands quite well. Yeah. So that's pretty much all this stuff. I've seen other kids play it before when I was a lot younger, but I never owned one myself, so yeah. But anyways, let's get into this collection. There's not really a lot to it. There's only 9 games, and some of them are boxed and some of them aren't, so yeah. But the first one we may as well start off with is Animal Crossing Wild World. Now, Animal Crossing Wild World, I'll put it over here. I like this one. I like this one. It's very impressive for the DS, to be honest. Like, they got a GameCube game, and then they made a sequel and put it on the DS, which is pretty cool. Especially since Animal Crossing is the kind of game you would want to play, like, wherever you want, because it's, like, one of those games you can play at any time. Um, and that's what I like about Wild World. It is kind of basic, but it does have a feeling that is really good. It's good. It's really good. Of course, there's New Horizons now, so that kind of makes this pointless. But if you have a DS, give this game a shot. Like, it's pretty good. So, yeah. Next, we actually got a box game, Kirby Squeak Squad. Yeah. So Kirby Squeak Squad. I actually did eventually beat this game because I had this game for quite a while, but I actually did eventually beat it, and um, it's all right. It's not really that impressive for a game, to be honest. I actually is very short. It's a very short game, and I don't really know. I don't really. There's not much to say about this one because if you've played like, because this is like following the trend of like basically reskinning the other games, because it runs on the same engine, I believe, as that of Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror. And if you've played those games, then you've pretty much played this one. There's not much to this game, honestly. It's a pretty short game. It has short levels. Story's all right. Has a plot twist that I wasn't even expecting, but um, it's pretty good. I wouldn't really say much about it. It's not a bad game by any means, but it's just sort of there. If you've played a lot of Kirby games, then you've played this one. That's what I'll say. But next we actually have a Kirby game that I actually did enjoy quite a lot, and that being Kirby Superstar Ultra. I don't know if it'll show the best there, but Kirby Superstar Ultra is very good. I think this is like one of the first DS games I did get. Um, really good game. I honestly really can't say much about this game because I haven't played the game in a long time, but oh man, is this game good. It's basically a remake of Superstar, which Superstar is already a really fun game. And the game actually feels like it was built for the DS. Unlike Squeak Squad, which could have been put on the Game Boy Advance, Superstar Ultra honestly does have things that make me feel like they could have only put it on the DS. And it's a really fun game, really good Kirby game, and yeah, I'd highly recommend checking it out. And yeah. Next game on our list is Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart DS. I've played quite a bit of this game. Probably one of the more interesting Mario Kart games out there. Not just because, like, in terms of, like, it's not as unique as, like, Double Dash, but it has so many interesting things. Like, it introduces a new style of drifting, interesting characters such as Rob the freaking robot, as well as having a mission mode that, for some reason, Nintendo doesn't want to put in their Mario Kart games anymore. I'm going to show it over here now because my hand's getting sore. It's really good, and the game's really fun. I only really ever played the game for its mission mode because the mission mode is honestly the one thing that this game really has going for it, and for some reason Nintendo just doesn't ever want to do it again. I don't know why. Because seriously, mission mode is so good. Please Nintendo, bring it back. But anyways, but even so, like Mario Kart DS is really solid Mario Kart game. It's really fun to play. Although the multiplayer portion of the game wasn't the best from what I remember. There's still quite a it's a really fun game. So yeah, give this game a shot if you haven't already. Next we've got Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. It may not be very clear, but Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. So this game is, I haven't played a lot of this one, but I have enjoyed from what I've played. Pretty good game. It has a funny premise where like Mario and Luigi are inside like Bowser's body, and they kind of like team up to kind of take down, I believe, Fawful. Really interesting game, honestly. So yeah. I'm not gonna have a lot to say about some of these games, but this game is pretty good. If you're a Mario and Luigi fan, definitely try this out if you haven't already. Because I don't know, if you're a Mario and Luigi fan, you probably would have already played it anyways. But just getting that out there. Next, we got an actual boxed game, Namco Museum DS. Now, this is actually one of the first DS games that I ever got. Really solid game. It has, how many games does it have? It has Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug 2, for some reason, Xevious, Terra Juaga, Mappy, Galaxian, and Pac-Man Versus. Overall, I would say this is pretty good. For the DS, it's very decent. It also says it on there. But, I don't know, I think they could have I think the only issue I have with this game is that I just kind of wish that you could have actually played. I wish they had more games, honestly. I know that's a little greedy and whatnot, but, like, they could have put more games on this thing, so, yeah. But overall, it's a pretty good game. I wouldn't necessarily say it's my favorite way of playing these games, because playing Pac-Man with a D-pad just doesn't feel right, but it's whatever. It's pretty good for what it is. And next we got, oh boy, New Super Mario Brothers. New Super Mario Brothers. This is a very good game. Lots of people give the New Super Mario Brothers series a lot of like negativity because it's so bland and stuff like that. But New Super Mario Brothers on the DS, I haven't. This is the one I've played the least of. I still played the game like twice, and it's a very good game. It's so good. Give this one a try. Like, yes, the ones afterwards were kind of bland, but I think this one is probably the most unique one out of them all. Because it actually does not have the Koopalings as bosses. They actually use unique bosses. And I'd say it's pretty good. It's a very good game. It's got a fun single-player adventure. It's got a fun multiplayer thing where you, like, try to get stars. If you can find someone to play with, that is. And so many good mini-games. And we'll get into, like, those touchscreen mini-games in a little bit. Because this wasn't the first game that introduced them, but those touchscreen minigames were so good. Especially that Bob-omb one where you have to like drag them into certain like boxes based on what color they are. Really cool. But overall, New Super Mario Bros. Is a must-own for the DS. If you don't have this game, then what the hell are you doing? Get it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Next we've got Super Mario 64 DS for $29.99. Yeah, I never bothered to take the tag off at GameStop. I got this a while back. Very good. It's very good conversion of Super Mario 64 for the DS. There isn't really much to say regarding like the mini games, because the mini games again they came back and they're really good. And this is actually the one I believe had the most of them, because you would unlock them throughout the game with like various bunnies. But the mini games were really cool. The multiplayer mode was sort of, it wasn't really a full scale adventure mode. But the game is great in many ways. It really added a lot more to Super Mario 64, such as Luigi, the myth himself. Although playing the game with a D-pad doesn't really feel that great, though. So that's one thing. But you could play it on the 3DS with the circle pad, which does make it feel a little better, although the game was designed for a D-pad. But yeah, overall, Super Mario 64 DS is a very good game. Give it a shot. That's really all I gotta say on that. And then the last game we've got is Warioware Touch. This is a pretty basic WarioWare. So essentially, this takes advantage of the DS. Essentially, you would use the touch screen to basically do mini games and stuff like that on the touch screen. And I don't know, the game's very easy, honestly. I must say, this game was super easy to beat. But Warioware Touch, it's a fun game. I definitely would recommend giving it a shot. It's okay, but it's very easy. Like, it really is. Since it uses a touchscreen from all of its games, it's pretty easy to follow, so yeah. But WarioWare Touch is a very fun title. I had a lot of fun with the game, and I would remember, like, getting high scores back in the day. I don't know, it's a fun game. So, anyways, that is it for my DS collection of games that I own right now. 9 of them. However, I'm going to actually give an honorable mention to 2 games that I do not own anymore because I sold them. Yes, I was that kind of person. It was a long time ago, so yeah. But there's 2 games I want to give honorable mentions to. The first one being Kirby's Canvas Curse. Kirby's Canvas Curse. Kirby's Canvas Curse, I got that game a while ago, like maybe 5 years ago or something like that. And it wasn't really that much fun. It was cool, maybe, I don't know, but Kirby's Canvas Curse just really wasn't my gameplay type, so I eventually just sold that game, and I don't know, that game was good in some ways, but I think the game is just not that much fun for me. The gameplay's just not my type, and gameplay is one of the big things I look into when it comes to a game. It wasn't my type, so it really didn't pull me in. That really stinks because it was an okay game, and I wish I could say the same about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, but yeah, you know how that one went. It not my type. But yeah, I eventually sold that game, so yeah. But it's an okay game, but it's just not really my gameplay type. Then the other one, which actually was kind of in my gameplay type, licensed game as well, Phineas and Ferb. Just the original Phineas and Ferb on the DS. I believe this is the one where you like ran around levels trying to find screws and building roller coasters and like stuff like that. I believe that's what the game is about. I don't remember what happened to the game. I think I probably sold it at one point, which is kind of a shame. This is a long time ago, also, but yeah, I don't really remember much about the game. Hopefully maybe someday I can get those 2 games again, add them back into my collection. I don't know, only time will tell. But anyways, that is pretty much it for my DS collection. Overall, the DS is a very good system. Not really much to say bad about it, considering it's so good. So good. Although this did remove the Game Boy Advance port on the bottom, which, yeah, it does stink. But the DS itself is a very good system. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this collection video. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.